Welcome and hello. This is a video lesson in MODSIM, and in this lesson we're going to be talking about the back routing extension. Right here, so I have my MODSIM up, I've got a model, and the back routing extension is found in the extensions menu, so go to MODSIM extensions, and as you can see it's the second one right here. I already have it checked on, so my recommendation is to check this on right away as soon as you start building your model. That way you won't forget to do it later. And I also recommend running the model before you have any channel routing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the purpose of this back routing extension. So I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to click apply, click OK. The back routing extension is purposed to prevent unnecessary reservoir drawdown when channel routing time steps are longer than 1 day or one time step. This is further discussed in Appendix C of the user's manual. And what I have in my model right here is, as you can see, a simple one reservoir, two demand node network. The reservoir starts with 1 million acre feet. Each demand node requires 10,000 acre feet per month. And the simulation is only 1 year on a 1 month time step. So there's plenty of water in the reservoir. None of the links have channel routing assigned to them at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and just run the model, and then we're going to take a look at the results. All right, let's look at the flow to D2. So I'll click on graph. Boom, we have a constant 10,000 acre feet of water delivered. D1, graph, 10,000 acre feet of water per month. And then the reservoir is releasing 20,000 acre feet of water each month for a constant drawdown. Let's check out the graph for the volume now. Here's the decreasing storage from 1 million acre feet down to what looks like 760,000 acre feet. All right. So everything is as predicted and expected. And what I'm going to do now is add some channel routing to this link NS1, NS2. I'm going to go right click, open up the properties, and then click on link channel type. I'm going to change this to channel routing. It adds a channel routing tab. I'm going to click on that. And then I need to fill out some fields here. So the return node location is going to be NS2 right there. And then the user generated lag factors, we have a little bit of freedom as to how to add some factors in here. We can have more than 5 factors if we want, but let's just put some data in here. I'll say 0.25 for the same time period, 0.5 for the next time period, and 0.25 for the time period after that. So these values need to add up to 1, just some typical lag factor values. Now for me, this particular model is a 1 month time step. So you probably wouldn't have lag factors or any channel routing on a 1 month time step. Let's click OK, apply and OK. But if your time step was smaller, like hour or day, then you most likely would have some sort of channel routing in your network. All right, so I'm going to click save and run the model. Okay, that ran. Let's check out the flow to D2 now. Click on graph. That's the volume plot, so we need to toggle on flow. And it looks like we still have a constant 10,000 acre feet of water delivered to our demand node D2. However, let's check out what the releases from the reservoir look like. Up 20,000, that looks good. And that makes sense because we have the extension here for back routing already invoked. So that's really the main takeaway of this lesson is if you're going to have a network that has any channel routing, my recommendation is 1, build out your entire network and all the links without channel routing. Toggle on the extension to add the back routing extension, run the model anyway, even though there's no routing, then add the routing back in. Then your back routing extension is already employed, already invoked, and already tested with a model that runs without routing. Because the alternative would be if I toggle off the extension for back routing, click apply, click OK, save, and then run the model. Let's see what sort of results we get. Here is the flow to demand node D2, 10,000 acre feet. Everything looks good so far, right? And then here is the plot at the reservoir. What's going on? The reservoir is releasing 50,000 acre feet of water every third month. So January, April, July, and what is it, October, which makes sense because based on the routing to D2, it will deliver 10,000 acre feet of water. But this isn't what we want, and then the volume drops down kind of wonky like that. So that is not correct. And I think this problem is actually further pronounced if we change the lag factors in our channel routing to something different where there's actually no routing in the same time period. So if I click on the channel routing tab and then change this to a 0, and then let's just say zero point 0.5 and 0.5, 1 and 2 time periods in the future, apply, okay. And then if I go ahead and run the model, this time if I click on the results to demand node D2, let's see, this is the volume, this is the flow. We have 10,000 acre feet delivered, but only for months 2 and 3. And the reason is we release all the water from the reservoir, all 1 million acre feet in the first time period. So here's the plot. We're seeing 1 million acre feet released in the first time period. And then the release from that reservoir, just right click, open up the graph here. It's there's no release after the first month, unfortunately. Now you may be thinking, oh, well, all you have to do is toggle on that back routing extension. Doesn't work that way. We're already stuck. But click on extensions, back routing extension, apply, okay, and then run the model now. Let's check out what our reservoir releases look like. Click on graph and boom, we're still releasing all 1 million acre feet of water in the first time period. And then for D2, this supplied demand is again the same thing as we saw, only being supplied for months 2 and 3. So the only fix that I've been able to come up with to the situation is simply remove the link that has any channel routing, add it back in, then run the model without any channel routing, which we've just done. Let's add the channel routing back in now. That is in properties, link channel type, channel routing. Click the channel routing tab. Let's go 0.5 and 0.5. Add the return node here. This is NS2. Apply. OK. And then just to double check our extension is turned on. It is. Apply. OK. Run the model. OK. Now let's check out our demand flow to D2. We have a constant 10,000 acre feet, and then our release from reservoir 1 could also be 20,000 acre feet, supplying the demand to D1 and D2. Well, that was it for this lesson. We talked about the back routing extension in MODSIM.